Alert days are in effect this weekend. Coming up, I'll pinpoint the times where the combination of heat and humidity will be the most dangerous so that you can plan ahead to stay safe.
A high-stakes summit. I'm Amy Lou in Washington with what we could expect from the sit-down between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin today.
Here inside the Liberty High School field house, it's convocation day here for teachers. We'll explain.
KMBC 9 News on KCWE starts now.
It is 7 o'clock on your Friday morning. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us on First News on KCWE. I am Jamie Weiss. Nick Bender, you've got a pretty busy morning ahead of you today.
I do. Going to be going up to Liberty in a little bit. Looking forward to talking to the teachers and to the staff as they're getting ready to start the new school year. And it's going to be a hot one today and for the weekend as well. For any of your outdoor plans, you have heat advisories in effect today, tomorrow, may even be extended into Sunday, and for that reason they are alert days. Just to call a little bit of extra attention to the weather conditions. Heat index values today, Saturday, likely Sunday, climbing up to 105 degrees, give or take a few degrees during the afternoon, and that's going to be in the shade. So if you're going to be out in the sunshine, it's going to feel hotter than that. Right now it's 73 degrees, it's hazy. It's humid. There's a light breeze. The wind will pick up today, so it is going to be a windy weekend. So that could help it not feel as oppressive. When it's flat calm and you've got dew points in the 70s and temps in the 90s, I mean, it feels pretty rough. 73 degrees right now, south wind at 7. That wind will pick up 10 to 15 miles per hour. As we look ahead on the 12-hour forecast for today in Kansas City, temperatures reaching in the lower 90s. That's not uncommon for August, but it's that heat and humidity combination that's going to have the greater impact, making it feel like just above 100 degrees for about 4 to 5 hours this afternoon, from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock this evening. And that will continue for Saturday and Sunday. I think Saturday is going to be the hottest day of the weekend with just a lot more sunshine. There could be more cloud cover on Sunday and Monday that might shave a few degrees off the temperature. As we change the weather pattern next week, relatively cooler conditions with the chance of a few showers and thunderstorms, and we'll also get the latest update from the National Hurricane Center on Aaron, when it is forecast to become a major hurricane and the impacts it will have on the eastern seaboard. Johnny.
All right, thanks so much, Nick. 7:02 as we take a look at your first alert traffic, 435 south side westbound. Traffic going away from us is crossing from the Missouri to the Kansas side, being greeted by a single stalled car on the right shoulder at the end of the ramp there from 435, I should say state line to westbound 435. Not going to be a factor for you through here. Highway's looking good so far with no major accidents and no associated delays, of course, and that means we're off to a great start. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Johnny. Let's go ahead and check in on your first alert traffic map this morning. Quiet on the Kansas side of the metro. No reports of any accidents or stalled vehicles there. Mostly stalled vehicles on the Missouri side, but we are noticing those slowdowns along I-70 as problem spots pop up. Johnny and I will let you know. The Independence police chief is stepping down effective today. He announced his resignation in an email yesterday. Adam Dustman says he's transitioning to another position within the city, but he did not say exactly what that position would be. We've also learned from two sources that the Fraternal Order of Police was scheduled to hold a vote of no confidence today. It's not immediately clear what binding effect that would have had. These moves come after the city had granted Dustman requested leave in June during an internal investigation for conduct during National Police Week at Washington, D.C. There were also several civil lawsuits filed against the department, including discrimination suits. A Wyandotte County candidate for 2 elected positions faced a judge on Thursday. Lisa Walker-Yeager is trying to get her felony battery case tossed out. She's claiming self-defense and took the witness stand at a hearing. Courtroom testimony revealed what turned into a shooting was a dispute over $60. A contractor working on Walker-Yeager's home wanted a check for $410. Walker-Yeager wrote it for $350. Walker-Yeager said she heard her daughter scream and saw the contractor go back to his truck and grab what she thought was a gun. She opened fire 6 or 7 times.
Lisa, can you tell us why you decided to testify on your own behalf today?
No comment, sir. Thank you.
Well, not at all. What about running for office with this kind of charge facing you? Can you explain why you did that?
I can't.
No comment.
No comment. I was advised from my attorney. No comment.
No comment, sir. Sorry.
Both the prosecution and defense have have until September 12th to file briefs after this hearing. That judge will then make a decision. 3 local school districts are under investigation by the U.S. Department of Education. This comes after a complaint from a conservative group called the Defense of Freedom Institute. The department is looking into Kansas City, Kansas, Olathe, and Shawnee Mission. Republican Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach says the districts have a policy that allows students under 18 to choose their pronouns without notifying parents. Kobach, who had asked for the investigation, says these districts allow students to use restrooms based on their gender identity. He argues these are violations of student privacy laws and Title IX. For years, Kobach has criticized gender identity policies and practices. A Shawnee Mission spokesperson responded in a statement saying the district had received 0 complaints from parents, and they are confident that the district is following federal and state law. The Olathe School District says there have been no specific situations reported to the district related to those allegations in the investigation. Administrators say they are working with students and families to provide the support that's needed. A representative for Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools writes, quote, "To be clear, KCKPS does not have a policy or procedure related to the allegations referenced by the Office for Civil Rights." They go on to write, "Our district remains committed to full compliance with all state and federal laws. We are equally committed to ensuring that every student feels safe at school and can focus on learning." The day is finally here. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to meet today in Alaska in a high-stakes summit to talk about ending the war in Ukraine. Amy Lou is in Washington this morning with a preview of that meeting.
President Trump has offered shifting and often contradicting goals for a sit-down with Putin. The White House branded the meeting as a sort of listening or feel-out exercise, although President Trump said he'd know if a peace deal was possible within the first 2 minutes. He later added a new threat, warning of very severe consequences if Putin doesn't agree to end the war, while saying he wants to set up another meeting after the summit that would include Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He's framing it as a commitment of time rather than an investment of more U.S. weapons and aid to Ukraine.
We're not spending money, but we are spending a lot of time trying to get the war solved. If we can get the war solved, we'll be very happy. All I want to do is set the table for the next meeting, which should happen shortly.
This is President Trump's chance to really prove that he is the deal maker and peacemaker that he claims to be in a summit that really could determine the trajectory of this war as well as global security. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou.
Of course, continue to follow the developments from that meeting today. You can look for our coverage on air and online at KMBC.com. The Liberty Public Schools this morning are firing up teachers and staff for the new school year. It's an annual event called Convocation. KMBC 9's Martin Augustine is live for us at Liberty High School. And Martin, how does this event hit the mark for teachers?
Well, it's really all about appreciating the teachers, firing them up for a new school year, and letting them know that we're behind you all the way. It's starting to get rumbling here in the field house at Liberty High School. In fact, they've got signs down for the teachers to sit as groups. This will be the seats for the teachers from Lewis and Clark Elementary. And if you know anything about Lewis and Clark, you know LC is the place to be. Go Trailblazers. Then this is where the teachers from Epic Elementary will sit. All those teachers there working with all sorts of great students. The Explorers, they're called. One of the best ones is named Theo. Now, let's talk to Mike Sharp. He's the principal of Liberty High School, and you're hosting this great big event. Why is this such an important thing to do?
It's just a great way to start off the school year and bring our school community together.
Now, I think the last thing you want to do is just to bring everybody in here to lecture them. This is supposed to be fun.
Oh, this will be a great time. Our communications director, Dallas Ackerman, does a tremendous job. This will be a happening place here in just a little bit of time.
You've been in education for a long time. You know how important it is for teachers to get together and to be able to see one another and to bounce ideas off of. This is that helps get that going this year.
Absolutely. It helps bring our school community together as a whole, and that's everything from our teachers, support staff, transportation, bus drivers, everybody's involved.
Very good. That's Mike Sharp, principal at Liberty High School, hosting Convocation today, a couple of thousand people. Notably, they talk about how every now and then they'll get some local celebrities involved. One of them, Nick Bender, I know he's sitting somewhere within earshot of you there, Jamie. Let him know that they're ready for him up here.
Okay, Martin, I definitely will. I think Nick knows he's ready. Thank you. All right, Missouri school districts are heading back to class next week. You can count on First News for all of your back to school coverage next week. We will start weekday mornings at 4:30, bring you everything you need to know. So, Nick, floor is yours. They are ready for you in Liberty. I want you to hang out with me and tell me the forecast.
Because of all the school days that were canceled last year because of the
They
snow.
probably hate that. They
Right?
probably hated that.
You know, yeah, they probably do. I'm going to find out when I go up there. You know, I just want to be an encouragement. I want to be a help to the students and the teachers and the faculty there as we get ready to start a new school year. And, you know, one of those duties is trying to figure out if there's going to be school or not during the winter. You know, that's coming. We'll be talking more about winter when we get a little bit closer. Now I need to talk about summer heat and humidity because it is going to be a hot and humid weekend. You know, right now it's 73 degrees this afternoon, 94, you know, 90s in August. That's not uncommon, but when you combine that with the humidity, it's going to feel, you know, more like 105 in a few spots today, and that's in the shade. Heat index values take it in the shade. So if you're out in the sunshine, it's going to feel hotter than that, and will remain very muggy overnight. Not much relief from the humidity during the afternoon, and our alert days will stretch the weekend with highs in the mid 90s, and the normal high is 88. So, you know, 95 is well above normal, and when you combine that with the humidity each day, today, Saturday, Sunday, especially on Saturday, I think there's going to be a lot more sunshine on Saturday. Heat index values reaching 105 degrees. There could be a little bit more cloud cover on Sunday and Monday. You know, that might result in a few degrees being shaved off the temperature, but it's still going to feel plenty hot and humid. Jamie.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Thank you, Nick. Well, this week's sudden closure of an East Kansas City grocery store is prompting an important conversation about access to quality food here at home. The Sunfresh at 31st and Prospect had been struggling for a while, and now the owners say they can't serve customers anymore. This means a gap in grocery stores, contributing to growing scarcity of food in parts of Kansas City, despite a public effort spending millions of taxpayer dollars. Mayor Quentin Lucas tells our Cody Holyoke he's working to fill that void.
I think all options would be on the table. There were a few different things that we heard discussion about. The store itself is fairly large. Do you look to something that's a little more specialized? Do you look to something that has more of a public market type of atmosphere? I mean, there are a lot of different options, and I'm excited that in the last several days we've heard from grocers in Kansas City and surrounding areas about how they would like to explore more opportunities there.
On Sunday, we'll get the mayor's take on what happened at Sunfresh and how leaders plan to make sure families can put food on the table. Don't miss Heart of the Matter, Sunday morning at 11 on KMBC 9. Missouri's Gaming Commission is preparing to make a big move that could pay off big for the state. The decision that could happen this morning that'll have sports gamblers saying, "Show me the money" in the Show Me State. The Royals welcome the White Sox to Kaufman this weekend. The fun for fans as a weekend full of giveaways and events happens at the K.
Today is an alert day. Stay connected with First Alert Weather. KMBC 9 News, leading the way.
And welcome back. It is 7:15. Taking a look at your first alert traffic, and we just don't have any big problems to report anywhere right now. It's a great rush hour, as is evidenced by this run along 470 from Lee Summit on over to the Triangle westbound 470 past View High Drive here, looking good. So no worries as far as any major delays, anything out of the ordinary for sure. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Johnny, thank you. Today, Lee Summit will open up a brand new multi-million-dollar development that's meant to bring more people downtown. In fact, the city has a whole weekend of events planned for the brand new Green Street. KBC 9's Rachel Ripp is here with us in the studio with a sneak peek just to show us what makes this space so special. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Jamie. Yeah, so this nearly 3-acre multi-million-dollar space cost the city a pretty penny, but they're looking forward to reaping those benefits at its grand opening tonight. Now, the brand new farmers market and event space can operate all 4 seasons with heating and cooling features. There's also a covered outdoor performance area, LED lights, a pavilion, and future phases will include a boutique hotel and apartments. Now, tomorrow, the first farmers market in the new space kicks off at 8 a.m. with street performers and kids activities all day until 7 p.m. Then Sunday will be a wellness day with yoga and fitness classes, mini golf, a wellness fun fair, and football. That's all happening from 9 a.m. until 4.
This is what the citizens wanted. They've wanted it for decades and decades. It costs a lot of money. It took time, a lot of planning.
Now, the grand opening block party will start tonight at 6 p.m. with live music, food trucks, and all kinds of family fun. Jamie?
Rachel, sounds like a great weekend event, too. Today, Missouri could be one step closer to allowing legal sports betting right from your phone. The Missouri Gaming Commission is expected to pick 2 to 3 companies that would have a mobile gaming license in Missouri. That means they will be able to operate without partnering with a Missouri casino. The 3 finalists are DraftKings, FanDuel, and Circa. That meeting is set for 8:45 this morning. By law, online sports betting in Missouri has to launch by December 1st. Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice will likely play in the team's season opener in Brazil next month. ESPN's Adam Schefter says Rice has a hearing with the NFL September 30th. That means the wide receiver could play in the opener against the Chargers on September 5th. In July, Rice was sentenced to 30 days in jail and 5 years probation for his role in a March 2024 hit-and-run crash in Dallas. The Kansas City Chiefs are waking up in Seattle this morning, and they'll be on the field for their second preseason game tonight. The Chiefs wrapped up camp in St. Joe on Wednesday. Players looking to make an impression and earn a roster spot to make their mark tonight. It's still not clear how much, if even, some of the starters will play tonight.
I'll be ready to play this week, tomorrow, and if I get to play, I'll be ready to go, and if I don't, I'll be ready to go again the next week, and if I'm not, I'll be just as energized on the sideline as I would be if I was playing in the game, and so I trust in Coach Reed fully, and so whatever his decision is, I'll be ready to go out there and get the most I can out of it.
The Chiefs will take on the Seattle Seahawks at Lumen Field tonight for their second preseason game. Kickoff is set for 9. The Royals are going to be back in action tonight. They begin a weekend series with the Chicago White Sox at the K. Noah Cameron will be on the mound for the Royals. First pitch set for 7:10 tonight. And keep in mind, tonight is Bring Out the Blue t-shirt giveaway and Fireworks Fridays. So the first 10,000 fans are going to get a special shirt from Charlie Hustle. They'll also get to enjoy some fireworks after the game. Tomorrow night is Teachers Night, where a special ticket gets you a Royals tote bag. There's also a post-game concert by 17-year-old country music singer Ty Myers. And then Sunday is Biker Day at the K, where fans with special tickets will get a Royals kickstand plate and take a lap around the warning track on your bike before the game. Wow, that has Katie Horner written all over it.
That's a big weekend. I mean, was that all on the events planner?
I'm sure if it's not, it will be.
It will be
and
now.
That's just at the K. I mean, you got a current game. There's so much happening this weekend outdoors.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. You're going to have to just, hydrate for it, plan for it. Heat index values in the shade will be up to 105 degrees today, Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, just extra attention for the kiddos. Their bodies don't regulate heat as well as, people that are in their 20s and 30s and 40s, and then elderly, that's a little bit harder on them as well. So just kind of keep those groups in mind over the weekend. There is an increased risk for heat-related illnesses when the heat index value reaches 105 degrees. So proper hydration, breaks in the shade if you're working outdoors, that type of thing. I know it's tough to get in the shade all the time when you're outside. If you're on a soccer field or a ball game field, sometimes it's tough to find shade. So just try to do that, or just properly hydrate, drink lots of water. 12-hour forecast for today in Kansas City. 90s, that's not uncommon for mid-August, but when you combine that with the humidity, it's going to feel like 100 to 105 degrees. And that'll be between 2 and 6 o'clock this evening. So about a 4 or 5 hour stretch with a heat index value above 100 degrees. And that is going to repeat on Saturday, Sunday, possibly into Monday. Have a little bit more question marks on the heat for Sunday and Monday with anticipated cloud cover. Saturday will be the hottest day of the weekend, both with the air temperature and the feel-like temperature. Tomorrow, heat index values here in the metro up to about 105 degrees with lots of sunshine, and then heat index values just above 100 degrees on Sunday and Monday. Here comes a change in the weather pattern for next week. Relatively cooler compared to this weekend. Highs in the mid to upper 80s with a chance of showers and a few thunderstorms. There's a low chance on Tuesday and Thursday. A little higher chance there on Wednesday, but that will bring an end to the excessive heat and humidity for the weekend. Tropical storm Aaron still forecast to become a major hurricane, Cat 3, Cat 4, and still anticipated to remain off the East Coast. So it's going to kind of hook shot up here off the coast of North Carolina, but it's a big hurricane. It's got a big wind field. So those impacts are going to stretch far outside that center or far outside that eye. You might even get some of those rain bands to come across North Carolina. There will be high tides, maybe even some minor beach erosion, and you can count on rip currents up and down the eastern seaboard. So if you're vacationing there this weekend or next week, please be prepared for those impacts. .23 on the first of 3 alert days for excessive heat and humidity this weekend. You can feel the humidity this morning, kind of hazy, not much wind. The wind will pick up later today. Right now it's 73 degrees. We look ahead on the 12-hour forecast for Kansas City, the hottest time of the day between 2 and 6 o'clock this evening. Air temperatures approaching 95. That's not terribly uncommon for this time of the year, but with that higher humidity, it's going to feel like 100 to 105. About a 4 to 5 hour stretch this afternoon, and there's not going to be a lot of relief overnight or Saturday night from the oppressive humidity of the day. Some morning lows over the weekend remaining above 75 with air temperatures reaching 95. Afternoon heat index values in the shade between 100 and 105 degrees. It'll still be hot for Monday and Tuesday, possibly a bit more cloud cover shaving off a few degrees, and then a big pattern change for the middle of next week with highs returning to the mid 80s and a low chance of showers and a few thunderstorms Tuesday through Thursday.
A deal is done to keep the buses rolling through KC. City Council members approved a new $78 million contract with the KCATA that will fund transit through April 2026. The Transportation Authority Board is expected to approve that today. Independence Police Chief Adam Dustman is stepping down. In an email last night, he says he will transition to another position in the city. This comes after he was placed on leave back in May as an investigation into his behavior during a trip to Washington, D.C. for National Police Week. The city of Lee Summit is hosting a grand opening for a multi-million-dollar project meant to bring more people downtown. It's called Green Street. It includes an indoor event venue and farmers market, outdoor performance area, playground, and much more. Mayor Bill Baird is going to give his State of the City address there this afternoon, and a grand opening block party is scheduled for tonight. It starts 3 days of celebration. Keep in mind, it's going to be hot this weekend. Extreme heat's what's expected. Nick Bender's breaking down the forecast in just a bit.
Alert days are in effect beginning today, stretching through the weekend. Coming up, I want to pinpoint the times where the combination of heat and humidity could be dangerous so that you can make your plans to stay safe.
The bus will still be, yes. This was the first step. Service will be maintained.
The city makes a last-minute deal to keep city buses running. The KCATA still has to approve it, though. We're breaking down what's left out of the deal. A years-long project comes to fruition in Lee Summit. We're going to tell you all about the grand opening of Green Street.
KMBC 9 News on KCWE starts now.
7:30 on your Friday morning. Good morning and thanks for joining us on First News on KCWE. I'm Jamie Weiss, Nick Bender. So much to look forward to this weekend. The opening of Green Street out in Lee Summit.
It's exciting.
You've got all these Royals games. You've got the current game tomorrow against the Pride. What am I missing? I'm sure there's so much going on.
You got heat, whether you want it or not. Lots of it. You know, it's mid-August. I mean, you flip a coin and it's going to come up hot, probably 9 times out of 10 for this time of the year. 73 degrees right now, and it's hazy, it's humid. There's a light south breeze, about 7 miles an hour. That wind's going to pick up later today, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That might help take the edge off the heat just a bit, but when you get highs in the 90s and heat index values above 100 degrees, I don't know how much the wind can help. It might help a little bit. So as you look ahead here on a 12-hour forecast for today in Kansas City, we've highlighted the times in red when the heat index value will climb above 100 degrees. That's between 2 and 6 o'clock this evening. So about a 4 to 5 hour stretch when the air temperature and the dew point, which is a measure of moisture, will make it feel like 100 to around 102, 103 degrees here in Kansas City. Could be up to 105 in a few communities, and that heat index value is in the shade. So if you're out in the sunshine, it's going to feel hotter, and that's going to continue through the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, also alert days for heat index values up to 105. I think Saturday is going to be the hottest day. So if your plans are flexible today or Sunday, we're talking a few degrees, but still just trying to give you any bit of help I can. The pattern does change next week, Johnny. It's not going to be nearly as hot, and there's going to be a few chances of showers and thunderstorms.
Not nearly as hot as good news. Thanks so much, Nick. It's going to be pretty warm over the weekend, pretty muggy this morning, that's for sure. Nothing to worry about as far as it affecting the rush hour. 7:32, and take a look at your first alert traffic. Fridays, lighter traffic, later rush hour, and both of those showing right now as I-35 here going away from us, southbound, past Shawnee Mission Parkway, 67th on out to the Overland Parkway split, and then traffic northbound headed towards the camera. Normally, earlier in the week, could be a little bit heavier than that, and so it's a typical Friday. Thankfully, typical, well, maybe not so typical, but no accidents to report, so that's a good run that we have going on so far. Back to you in the studio.
Johnny, thank you. The wheels on city buses are going to keep going round. City council members in Kansas City, Missouri just approved a new contract with the KCATA. The Transportation Authority's board is expected to approve it at a meeting today. And it's just in time, too. If a deal wasn't reached before today's deadline, bus services could have been cut. This new nearly $78 million contract will fund transit services through April of 2026. But that also means fares are going to be coming back. The city is asking KCATA to introduce fares for people who can afford to pay while allowing free passes for others who can't.
Who do we serve first? It's our riders. We want to talk about the customer experience, and going back to fares is part of that.
The next step is we figure out, as was discussed, how do we support the system long term over the years ahead. I think the other step that we look to is how do we make sure that there is even broader regional financial support.
To that end, the mayor says KC's 500,000 residents can't support bus services for more than 2 million people in the region. Thursday's deal also removes IRIS services in Clay and Platte counties. So that was the on-demand microtransit service that was introduced a few years ago. The city will now negotiate that separately. IRIS leaders tell us they're confident they'll be able to reach a deal by the end of the month, and they say right now the service will stay the same. A smoother, safer, and more connected ride is on the way for Kansas City, Kansas bus riders. Today, the unified government and KCATA will break ground on a new 7th and Minnesota Transit Center. This will include more than $1.6 million worth of upgrades to build better shelters, provide real-time bus arrival signs, and create safer sidewalks. The community is invited to come out to today's groundbreaking. It starts at 10 a.m. Now to the countdown for today's Trump-Putin summit. President Trump says he has high hopes for this meeting, and he's promising severe consequences if Russia's president refuses to make a deal. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with more.
This morning, President Trump scheduled to meet with Vladimir Putin on U.S. soil. The leader is set to meet on a U.S. military base in Anchorage, Alaska, expected to discuss terms for ending Russia's invasion of Ukraine, along with nuclear arms control and trade agreements.
I think that President Putin would like to see a deal. I think if I weren't president, he would take over all of Ukraine. But I am president, and he's not going to mess around with me.
Putin is praising Trump's, quote, energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities. Ukrainian President Zelensky was not invited to today's summit. President Trump suggesting the meeting with Putin could open the door for a second meeting that would include Zelensky.
I think President Putin will make peace. I think President Zelensky will make peace. We'll see if they can get along. And if they can, it'll be great.
Still, President Trump admitted yesterday he thinks there's a 25% chance they'll leave the summit with no deal. Meanwhile, across Anchorage, Alaska, protesters seen waving Ukrainian flags and holding signs that say Alaska stands with Ukraine.
I have no hope it's going to solve anything. I am afraid that Trump is going to try to commit to something which he has no right to commit to.
Russia invaded Ukraine and they need to leave. There's nothing to negotiate.
Now, Putin is bringing his financial minister with him to the summit. Experts believe he will likely offer economic incentives in exchange for Trump agreeing to lift U.S. sanctions on Russia. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is continuing the president's push to put Washington, D.C. police under federal control. In an order on Thursday, she said the head of the DEA would take over as the district's emergency police commissioner. That means D.C. police leaders could need his approval before issuing any directives. The city's leadership is pushing back, saying the federal government does not have that authority. Bondi also told the city to roll back its sanctuary city policies, which are designed to protect undocumented migrants. Texas Democrats say they're ready to return to Austin, ending a weeks-long standoff. The move paves the way for Republicans backed by President Trump to pass a new congressional map that could flip 5 U.S. House seats. In response to that push, California's Governor Gavin Newsom is calling for a special election in November, asking voters for permission to redraw a new map to counter Texas's expected Republican gains. Newsom is sending a blunt message to the Trump administration.
We need to disabuse ourselves of the way things have been done. It's not good enough to just hold hands, have a candlelight vigil, and talk about the way the world should be. We have got to recognize the cards that have been dealt, and we have got to meet fire with fire.
Democrats have not released those drafted maps. New York and Illinois are also considering redrawing their maps in their states. Meanwhile, Missouri Republicans are still trying to push for redistricting and another special session. The Associated Press got a hold of a document showing Missouri State Senate has received a $46,000 invoice for software licenses and staff training for redistricting. Some Republicans want to redraw the maps to give Republicans an additional House seat at the behest of President Trump. This would likely affect Kansas City. It's up to Governor Mike Kehoe to call a special session, and so far that hasn't happened. Of course, we'll keep you posted. 7:38 on your Friday morning. It is a First Alert Weather Alert Day, and I'm here in the Weather Center because, Nick, this is the start of another hot, muggy, gross stretch of weather.
It is. It's mid-August here in the Midwest.
Par for the course.
Yeah, this is excessive even for mid-August standards. You get
Right.
highs in the mid-90s. That's common this time of year. That happens. It's not the normal, but it happens. It's that combination of heat and humidity that's going to make it feel so much hotter. It's going to make it feel like 105 degrees this afternoon in the shade in some communities. And then overnight, the humidity doesn't really subside, so there's not much relief from the the oppressive humidity and mugginess of the afternoons overnight. Highs in the mid-90s Saturday and Sunday, and morning lows remaining above 75. So you're really going to feel that change, especially tomorrow morning. 95 Saturday and Sunday, heat index values up to 105 degrees. I think Saturday is going to be the hottest day out of those three because guaranteed a lot more sunshine, a little higher temperatures. There could be a little bit more cloud cover on Sunday to Monday. So I wouldn't be surprised if the temperatures don't quite reach 95, which would be fine by me if it ends up being a little bit cooler, and less dangerous for those of you that are going to be outside either working out or you have work outdoors and you can't, take breaks in the air conditioning and breaks in the shade, which is what we're calling you to do if you want to just try to take the necessary precautions. Jamie.
Yeah, you bring up some great points there, Nick. Thank you. Well, Kansas City families are bracing for critical cuts coming to care for mothers and babies. In a little more than 3 weeks, Research Medical Center will be shutting down its labor and delivery services along with their NICU. The closure creates a gap in maternal care on the side of Kansas City east of Troost, and this comes at a time when it's disappearing across the country. Health advocates say we need to see this as a warning.
And to me, this is almost the flashing red light when it comes to maternity care. And this is not the first facility that we've seen discontinue these services, of course, in the metro. Providence has done so as well. And I think one of the issues that isn't getting quite as much attention are some of the clinics that have discontinued OBGYN care.
Sunday morning on Heart of the Matter, our Cody Holyoke will speak with advocates and local moms to understand the scope of this growing care shortage. Join us for an important conversation on Heart of the Matter, Sunday morning at 11 on KMBC 9. It is 7:40 and the Liberty Public Schools are firing up teachers and staff this morning for the brand new school year. It's all at an annual event called Convocation. KMBC 9's Martin Augustine is live for us at Liberty High School ahead of a big event. Martin, I know everyone's excited.
They sure are, and things are starting to bubble up here in the field house at Liberty High School where Convocation will happen this year. It's a huge meeting of all the teachers and staff, a way to kind of fire them up. And if we just take a minute here, a student band called J-Rock is about to play now. For those of you familiar with Liberty High School, they're the Liberty High School Blue Jays. And so J-Rock, these are Liberty High School students. And let's see them get going here. They sound really good. If we're just patient for a moment. And they're not quite ready to go, so we will come back to them a little bit later. But we do want to visit with Dr. Jeremy Tucker, Superintendent of Schools here at Liberty Public Schools. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. Okay, Convocation, what's it mean for you?
Well, you're behind the scenes right now, but in just a few minutes, it's going to be filled with all of our faculty and staff across Liberty Public Schools, nearly 2,000 people. It is always a high-energy event. We always try to incorporate students and the performances as MCs. It's just really a great kickoff to the start of a new school year.
Why is it so important to get all the teachers and staff together?
You know, in a district our size, it's hard to do that, right? In a much smaller school setting, you can bring everyone together often, right? This is really the only time we get to do that over the course of a school year. And it allows people to reconnect, maybe that haven't seen each other in a long time, welcome a lot of our faculty and staff that are brand new to Liberty Public Schools, as well as nearly 75 teachers. So it sets the stage, so to speak, for everything that a new school year has in store.
Awesome. That's Dr. Jeremy Tucker, Superintendent of Schools. Now we're breaking away. Sorry, sir. We want to make sure that J-Rock gets a little bit of love here because they've worked so hard to put together their show. They're going to be part of the entertainment today. So just take a listen. All right, that's J-Rock, everybody. So that's going to be some great entertainment for all the teachers here for Convocation. Not some boring lecture, that is for sure. Reporting live, Liberty, Martin Augustine, KMBC 9 News.
Oh my gosh, Martin, leave it to you to run out of an interview with a school leader to go listen to those kids. Thank you for that. And they're so talented. So talented. I don't think you can hear me over the music.
I can't hear you.
I figured he couldn't hear me over the music, but wow, they are so talented. Leave it to Martin to highlight the kids as we gear up for back to school. Okay, so a reminder, we've got you covered as back to school season continues. Next week, our crews are going to be in Missouri as kids head back to class, and we'll have live coverage all week long for you right here on First News. People living in Lee Summit are going to soon have a new gathering spot to enjoy the heart of downtown. We're going to give you a first look at Green Street and let you know how you can be a part of this weekend's grand opening.
Excessive heat and humidity will stretch through the weekend. Coming up, I want to get you ready for the pattern change that will bring relief and possibly even rain and thunderstorms.
Today is an alert day. Stay connected with First Alert Weather. KMBC 9 News, leading the way.
Welcome back. It is 7:46. We're taking a look at your first alert traffic. I-70 eastbound Mill Street. This is going to be just past 18th Street Expressway is where we have activity on the shoulder of the road. Now, I can't tell with the bridge there whether or not motorist assist is behind those vehicles. It looks like it because everybody's moving out of that far right lane. So with that, a little bit of a hesitation inbound I-70, but it's not going to be anything major as you were headed for the I-70-670 split. I don't think there's going to be any extra time necessary through here at all. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
Thank you. Well, it is a big day today in Lee's Summit. Today, Mayor Bill Baird will deliver his State of the City address. He'll be spotlighting progress in public safety, infrastructure, and economic growth, and share his vision for the city's next chapter. That's happening at 4:30. You can watch it in person or live on the city's YouTube page. And he'll be speaking inside of a massive new farmers market at Lee's Summit, newest gathering space, capping off 3 days of celebrations. Our Rachel Ripp is joining us live in studio this morning to talk all about the new Green Street development downtown. Rachel, what an exciting opening weekend.
Yeah, Jamie, it'll be pretty cool. This nearly 3-acre multi-million-dollar space cost the city a pretty penny, but they're looking forward to reaping the benefits at its grand opening tonight. Now, the brand new farmers market and event space can operate all 4 seasons with heating and cooling features. There's also a covered outdoor performance area, LED lights, a pavilion, and future phases will include a boutique hotel and apartments. Now, tomorrow, the first farmers market in the new space kicks off at 8 a.m. with street performers and kids activities all day until 7. Now, on Sunday will be a wellness day with yoga and fitness classes, mini golf, a wellness fun fair, and football. That's all happening from 9 until 4.
We've always had this award-winning downtown, and you're in the moment, you walk, there's boutique shops, there's lots of food experiences and more. But we've never really had that public space where you could sit down and just relax and enjoy, where you could bring in food trucks, where you could have an event.
That grand opening block party will start tonight at 6 p.m. with live music and, like he said, some food trucks. Jamie.
Oh, sounds like so much fun. Thank you, Rachel. So want to get to this story now, which is very exciting for sports fans. The Kansas City Sports Commission held its annual Kansas City Sports Awards last night, recognizing those who stand out when it comes to KC sports. Among the award winners last night, T-Mobile Legacy Award winner, retired KU volleyball coach Ray Bouchard, Executive of the Year JJ Piccolo, Coach of the Year Matt Cotrero, and the Spire Community Champion goes to the Royals' Salvador Perez, and Royals fan Sarah Nauser, who has been battling Lou Gehrig's disease, or ALS.
I never could have dreamed of this. I was just a kid that loved all sports. So this means so much. It's so special.
A huge congratulations to Sarah. Also, you might notice the blue hair there. The KC Current's Temwa Shawinga was named Children's Mercy Athlete of the Year. You can watch Temwa in action tomorrow at 3 as the Current take on the Orlando Pride. And Nick, I am kind of scared for how hot it's going to be at kickoff at 3.
Yeah, it's hot, Jamie. It's going to be hot this weekend for all of your outside activities, especially Saturday. I think Saturday is going to be the hottest day out of the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Heat index values up to 105 degrees, and that's going to be in the shade. So if you're in the sunshine, it's going to feel hotter than that. When that heat index value starts pushing 105, heat-related illnesses become more likely if you don't take the proper precautions like hydrating, taking breaks, preferably in the shade if you have any outdoor workouts or practices. I'm thinking now that school's back in session, there might be a lot more of those. You know how many of those are going on Saturday and Sunday, but just in case, and just keep an eye on the kiddos. You know, the young kids. You know, they feel heat differently than we do. Their bodies don't tolerate it as well. So eyes on the kids this weekend, and try to avoid the peak heating of the afternoon if you can. I know that's not always a possibility. You know, between 2 and 6 o'clock today, that's the hottest time with temperatures in the mid-90s, heat index values just above 100 degrees. And that's going to play out again on Saturday and Sunday. Again, I think Saturday might be the hotter of the 3 days with more sunshine and a high 95, morning low only 76. So overnight and Saturday night, you know, lows only dropping down to 76 degrees. Yeah, that's going to be pretty rough. Not a lot of break from the oppressive humidity of the afternoons. Tomorrow's hour forecast again between noon and 6, so it's going to heat up faster. So that's about a 6 to 7 hour stretch of time where it's going to feel like 100 to 105 degrees. Sunday and Monday, you know, there's going to be some more clouds in through here. So there's a chance that we don't ever really make it to 94 or 95 degrees. Would be great. There's still going to be very warm and humid days. We might back off the excessive heat just a bit. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. We'll see how that works out. pattern change for the middle of next week. The excessive heat is gone. Highs return into the mid 80s, and there is a chance of rain and thunderstorms. It's a low chance Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tropical storm Aaron still forecast to become a major hurricane. It's going to be a big hurricane, expansive wind field with this. So there's going to be some big swells that crash into the eastern seaboard, especially South Carolina, North Carolina, up into the Delmarva Peninsula. If you are vacationing there this weekend or at any point next week, please be aware that there's going to be rip currents.
The Kansas City Chiefs are waking up in Seattle this morning. They will be taking the field for their second preseason game tonight. The Chiefs wrapped up camp in St. Joe on Wednesday, and players are looking to make an impression and earn a roster spot as they look to make their mark tonight. It's still not clear how much or even if some of the starters will play.
I'll be ready to play this week, tomorrow, and if I get to play, I'll be ready to go. And if I don't, I'll be ready to go again the next week. And if I'm not, I'll be just as energized on the sideline as I would be if I was playing in the game. And so I trust in Coach Reed fully. And so whatever his decision is, I'll be ready to go out there and get the most I can out of it.
The Chiefs will take on the Seahawks tonight in Seattle. Kickoff is set for 9. The Royals are back in action tonight. They'll begin a weekend series with the Chicago White Sox at the K. Noah Cameron will be on the mound for the Royals. First pitch set for 7:10 tonight. Temple Shawinga and the KC Current will have their biggest test of the season tomorrow when they host the Orlando Pride at CPKC Stadium. The Pride is the only team that has ever beaten the Current at home at CPKC Stadium And that happened last summer, last July. The Current went to Orlando this past May and won. So we'll see what happens. Kansas City looks for the season sweep tomorrow afternoon at home. Kickoff set for 3. Keep in mind, the Current have a 12-point lead, so a win could extend that lead by 15 points, Nick. Oh, I'm praying for it.
Those are numbers we don't mind going up. The temperatures, the heat index, we do mind those going up, and they're going way up today, Saturday and Sunday. It's 76 degrees right now, dew point of 70. Thankfully, there's a bit of a breeze. That wind is going to pick up through the day, but I don't know how much help it's going to be to help kind of cool things off. Between 2 and 6 o'clock this afternoon, heat index values at or above 100 degrees. Today, Saturday and Sunday are alert days for that combination of air temperature and humidity, leading to heat index values up to 105 degrees. So that's going to be in the shade. So if you're out in the sun, it's going to feel hotter than that. I think Saturday will be the hottest day of the weekend. There's the chance of a bit more cloud cover Sunday into Monday. Maybe that shaves a few degrees off those forecast temps. We'll see. We're really going to shave a lot of temperatures off next week. With a northwest flow, temperatures returning to near normal with highs in the mid-80s, a low chance of rain showers beginning Tuesday through Thursday.